Greetings, my little avocados. Today, we're going to learn about verbs. Verbs are action words. They tell what we do. They dance together. The verb is dance. The children play soccer. The verb is play. He sings a song. The verb is sings. Buggy and Mitzi run on the beach. The verb is run. The dolphins swim in the ocean. The verb is swim. The birds fly in the sky. The verb is fly. Our story today is about a very special frog and what happens when he is taken on vacation to Jamaica. As we read today, I want you to focus and think about the verbs that you hear. Remember, verbs are action words and they tell what we do. Before we get started, let's check out some of our vocabulary words. It's vocab time. It's vocab time. Our vocabulary words for today are villa and souvenir. A villa is a house that you can rent while on vacation. A souvenir is something kept as a reminder of a person, place, or event. All right, grab some guacamole. Let's see what happens when Mr. Hopper goes to Jamaica. It was a sunny afternoon. The sky was clear and blue. There were no clouds in sight and the breeze was gentle and cool when the airplane landed in Jamaica. With excitement in their eyes, Fari and her friend Brian ran off the plane with Mr. Hopper in hand, saying, "Hooray! Jamaica, here we come!" As they exited the plane, they were greeted by a lady. "Wagwan," she said. "Welcome to Jamaica." "What, gum?" Fari asked confusingly. "No," she said. Wagwan means what's going on in Patois, the language we speak here in Jamaica. "Oh, wow, that is awesome," Fari said. Making an attempt to say it correctly, she repeated, "Wagwan?" The lady smiled and gave her a thumbs up. On the way to the villa, Brian and Fari enjoyed the beautiful scenery as they drove through Jamaica's famous Island Bamboo. Fari's parents told them to immediately bring Mr. Hopper to the room once they arrived at the villa. "Yes, Dad," she said. While in the car, Brian took Mr. Hopper out of his container to play with him, but forgot to put him back. Upon their arrival to the villa, they were all amazed by the beauty of the beach. It stretched as far and as wide as the eyes could see. The water was so clear it reflected the blue sky like a mirror. While they were all mesmerized by the beauty of the island, Mr. Hopper hopped out of the car, saying, "Ribbit, ribbit." Fari and Brian quickly turned and noticed that Mr. Hopper was hopping away, so they started chasing him. As they chased Mr. Hopper, he hopped to the market that was nearby. Toward the front of the market, there was a lady selling juicy mangoes, coconuts, sugar cane, plantains, and watermelon. Mr. Hopper jumped on her lap. She jumped up and down, yelling, "Why, move from yasso," which means, "Ah, move from here." As she jumped around, some fruits fell off the stand. This startled Mr. Hopper, who hopped away and jumped into another stall, which was of a man selling souvenirs. The man quickly grabbed a Dutch pot and tried to catch Mr. Hopper in it, but he missed, knocking down a Rasta hat, which landed on top of Mr. Hopper's head. As he hopped away, people started laughing because it was the first time they saw a frog with lumps. Brian and Fari continued after him when they saw a lady on her donkey. She asked, "I feel your frog that fit true?" They both looked confused, throwing their hands up. The lady interpreted, "Is that your frog for real?" "Yes, ma'am," Fari replied. "Hop on," she said. So Fari and Brian hopped on the donkey, said the donkey, and away they went after Mr. Hopper. "Him fast like a sandboat," said the lady about Mr. Hopper. Finally, they caught up to him. They hopped off the donkey, and Brian immediately pounced on Mr. Hopper, landing on top of him. "Oh no!" Fari shouted. "I think you squished him." At that moment, Mr. Hopper peeked out from under Brian, saying, "Ribbit, ribbit." When they got back to the villa, they told Fari's parents what happened, and they all went back to the market to help clean up the mess they made. As they were finishing up, someone started playing reggae music. They all noticed Mr. Hopper's container moving. When they looked, he was swaying from side to side with the biggest smile on his face. The man in the stall smiled and said, "You little frog, Irie man." Looking unsure, they all said, "What?" He said, "Your little frog is all right." Fari replied, "Fit true." They all started laughing. Ribbit, ribbit. That story was quacktastic. Now that we know how to identify verbs, let's put our skills to the test. Remember, verbs are action words and they tell what we do. Some of the verbs in the story are laugh, drive, and ride. Which word is a verb in the sentence? He hopped away. Which word tells us what he is doing? Awesome guac sauce! Yes, the correct answer is hopped because hop is a verb. It tells us what he did. Which word is a verb in the sentence? The airplane landed. Which word tells us what the airplane did? Awesome guac sauce! Yes, the correct answer is landed. Landed is a verb because it tells what the airplane did. Which word is a verb in the sentence? The lady smiled. Which word tells us what she is doing? Awesome guac sauce! The correct answer is smiled because smile is a verb. It tells us what she was doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any awesome videos. Mr. Hopper Goes to Jamaica is available on Amazon. Have a guacalicious day, and I love you, my little avocados.